So when you get a case, you're going to find this form on a clipboard hanging inside the cabinet, the same cabinet, and it is just going to be entitled Case Number Assignment Sheet. So for for every patient who comes into the clinic to receive Aspire's services, that can be SANE and advocate services, only SANE services, which probably won't ever happen, just a SANE by itself, by herself or himself, or an advocate by herself. So they get a case number. Notice it's the year, and then we're just going to start with one. So as we build up through the year, we automatically know how many cases we're seeing, so that it's easy for reporting purposes, and it just helps us keep track. The date that they present for services, not the date of the assault. So this is the date of services, their initials, only if they are reporting and it goes forward to law enforcement. If they're not reporting, you can just put in a line through here, or NA, whatever, because they're going to be known by their case number. The name of the SANE of record. Now, I know that we're going to be doubling up, and there's going to be 2 of us at a time going in here at the first till people get more comfortable. But the name of the SANE that's doing the documentation, who's going to be the one that's called to court if it should go to that point, needs to be listed here. It's also a quality indicator for chart reviews. Following the completion of the exam, you just need to note here what happened to the kit. Of course, they're all going to go to TBI, regardless of whether they report or not. So you may ask, why do I have storage here? Let's say you start an exam, you only get 1 or 2 steps into it, and the patient changes her mind or his mind, and he declines any further. So really the kit would be incomplete. Let's say that you don't get any swabs of anything other than the control buccal swab. If that's the only swab that you get, you're not going to send that to TBI just to run that person's own DNA. So storage, this disposition of kit into storage would be very unusual at the first. So let's say a person doesn't report, but we are going to send all of our kits to TBI. So they get sent to TBI, then they're going to come back to us. So then it may be that we have TBI written first and then storage afterwards. So when you write it in, just write TBI over to the left side, and then we'll have it storage. Of course, everything's going to have a chain of custody form, but this will just be a double check. So you can put here storage. Most likely it will go to TBI. Should that person report and you hand it off to a law enforcement agency, then it might be that you do Putnam County Sheriff's Department or Cookeville PD, because once they report, it becomes a case for the law enforcement, and that kit should not come back to us. It should go into their evidence locker and be stored there. And then just do the name of the advocate involved with the case. Now, should the person coming, the survivor coming, not want SANE services but want the advocacy only, go ahead and assign a case number. Again, that gives us a number of how many people we are actually serving through this grant, through this program, because those numbers are going to be important as we seek continuation funds or another grant or make our case before the university. So let's say that patient comes in, that survivor comes in, and they want advocacy services only, or perhaps they want STI testing done at the clinic at Health Services, but they don't want a full SANE exam, but they do want to be tested for STIs. That the STI testing won't go in here because they're not really being served by Aspire stuff. But if they do get the advocacy services, you would go ahead and do the date. The name of SANE, maybe NA here, disposition of kit may be NA, but you do put the advocate's name. And I went ahead and I've got 3 sheets up to number 50, and so we'll see at what point if we need to go over that case number for the year 2022.